Y is directly proportional to X. When X is equals to 500, Y is equals to 10. Find a formula for Y in terms of X. So the first thing you write, Y is directly proportional to X. Directly proportional, you write it with that symbol, the Greek letter alpha. So that's the Greek letter alpha. So you write Y is directly proportional to X. You write it like that. Now we need to replace the alpha. We replace the alpha with equals to K. So you write Y is equals to K times X. The question says Y is 10. So we sub Y as 10. And X is 500. We put X as 500. So K is equals to 10 divided by 500. The inverse of times 500 is divided by 500. The zeros will cross out. So K is 1 over 50. It's best to leave it as a fraction. So you can write your equation as Y is equals to 1 over 50x. That's Y equals to Kx. You replace K with 1 over 50. Part B, calculate the value of Y when X equals to 250. So you take X is 250 and replace X there. So it's 1 over 50 times 250. It's the same as 250 divided by 50, which gives you 5. D is equals to 900 when S is equals to 20. Calculate the value of D when S is equals to 40. So we know D is proportional to S squared. Proportional is the same as, we'll use the same as directly proportional. So use that symbol alpha. So write D is directly proportional to S squared. Write it like that. Replace alpha with equals to K. So D is equals to K times S squared. It tells us that D is 900, S is 20. So you replace S with 20 and D with 900. So 20 squared is 20 times 20. That gives you 400. So K is inverse of times 400 is divided by 400. So K is 900 divided by 400. The zeros would cancel. And its K is 9 over 4. Leave it as a fraction. So you can write it as D is equals to 9 over 4 times S squared. Now it says calculate the value of D when S is 40. So you take the 40, you replace it for S there. So D is equals to 9 over 4 times 40 squared. And it gives you D is 3,600. For 40 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. It gives you 1,600. And you can simplify it from there to get 3,600. Y is inversely proportional to X. When Y is equals to 5, X is equals to 9. Work out an equation connecting Y and X. For inversely proportional, we will write it as Y, use the alpha, inversely proportional to X. Inverse of X is 1 over X. So write it inverse proportional to X. And we replace the alpha with equals to K. So say Y is equals to K times 1 over X, which is Y equals to K over X. So you write it as Y equals to K over X. It tells us that Y is 5. So replace Y with 5 and X is 9. So 5 equals to K over 9. Take 9 to the left, it becomes times 9. 5 times 9 is equals to K. So K is 45. So you write it as Y equals to 45 over X. Or you can write it as Y equals to 45 times 1 over X. Part B, Work out the value of y when x equals to 10. So you take the value for 10 and put it for x there. So y is 45 divided by 10, which gives you 4.5. V is directly proportional to y, and V is inversely proportional to x squared. When y equals to 4, V equals to 14. Work out the value of V when y equals to 8. So V is directly proportional to y. So you write like that. Replace the proportional with equals to k. So V equals to ky. So when V is 14, y is 4. So 14 equals to k times 4. So 14 divided by 4 equals to k. That gives k is 3.5. So you can write it as V is equals to 3.5 times y. And when y is 8, put 8 there for y. V is 3.5 times 8, which gives you 28. Part B, when x equals to 2, V is equals to 6. Work out the value of V when x equals to 10. It says that V is inversely proportional to x squared. Inverse means 1 over x squared. Inversely proportional to x squared. So V is inversely proportional to 1 over x squared. Replace the inverse proportional with equals to k. So V is equals to k times 1 over x squared, which is the same as k over x squared. When V is 6, x is 2. So 2 squared times 6. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. So k is 24. So V is equals to 24 over x squared. Now it says x is 10. Put x as 10 there. So it's 24 over 10 squared. 10 squared is 100. 24 divided by 100 is 0.24. Now you can pause it and do questions 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4. And when you finish, you can press play again to check your answer. So that's your answer for questions 2, 3, and 4.